Okay, hello. I got you on speakerphone. I think that'll work. Do the trick for the streaming. So, yeah. So I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to understand the reasoning behind it. So you're at this resting position, and then you punch. And why are there two different sprites for punching? What happens?
So there's right hand punches and then the left hand punches.
So it kind of alternates, like they punch, they rotate between the two punching sprites.
Yeah, so you do it back and forth, so it's like a because they normally
gotcha, like a fast, quick, two-fisted punch.
Yeah, they literally make that sound in the show when they punch each other, and they're like.
Okay, that I can probably figure out. That's what I was trying to understand. Like, what's happening with the two different punches? Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so the right hand can punch, and then the left hand punches. So there's two sprites for punching. Yeah, so there needs to be one where the right hand goes out 2 pixels, and then one where the left hand goes out 2 pixels.
Gotcha.
And then it just bounces between those two for the punch animation.
So, and you want it to. So you want it to look like that for the left-handed punch.
I don't think I can see it anymore.
Oh, you can't anymore. Drat. Maybe I need to start streaming in. Okay, I'm gonna try rejoining the Discord and see if you can at least watch my screen. Okay. It's my fault. The internet connection is just crap right now for some reason. Okay.
With the punches.
Okay, we'll try this and see how it goes. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen momentarily.
Watching stream. On the stream. Okay, yeah, I can see.
Okay, so for the left-handed punch, do you want it to extend just 1 extra pixel or 2 extra pixels like that?
Let me see.
Again, it's minutia. We can always change
pixel.
Okay, so now let's do the right-handed one. So you're saying that would be the right-handed punch. So let me just kind of flip back and forth. It would look like this.
Yes.
That look about right?
Yes. There we go.
Okay. So now we need to do the same thing for Frieza.
Frieza. Yes.
And actually, let's do all of them while we're doing it. Let's just do them.
Okay.
So so we're doing the left-handed punch first. So we're saying we want this to go like so. And then over here, we want that to go away and that to go like this. And so if I rotate back and forth, it would look like that. Look about right?
Sorry, it's a little bit behind.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, I think everything looks like it's going right so far. Yeah, there we go.
Look good?
Yes.
Okay. This one's a little trickier to understand because it's all one color, so...
Yeah. All white.
Mm-hmm. So help me with this one. How do you want this one to punch left? What are its arms here? What pixels?
I think because of that purple spot, it might work.
Maybe. So let me again. It might be a little bit of lag, but I'm highlighting 1 pixel with the cursor right now. Is that the left arm?
Yeah.
Okay. So for an extra punch, we want that. And let's copy that. And we're going to change that back to black. And then for the right-handed punch, it'll be like that. So here you go.
Yeah.
Is that clear enough? I'm not sure that's very clear, but it certainly works. You can always tweak it later. So
yeah, it's definitely... yeah.
Okay, well now we got 3 sprites to work with. All right, so that's one thing. We got
Yay!
Punch left and punch right. Now that's trickier because I need to, because you can't have it rotating 30 times a second. They don't punch 30 times a second, right? So I'll have to build in a little delay timer to rotate between these two sprites every some number of cycles. Because 30 times a second would be a bit much.
Okay.
maybe 4 times a second. One it is, two it is, a three it is, a four it is.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I think that would work.
All right, so we have a lot to do before we can even get that far. So let's go to our code.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a few things I want to do. Let me get some room here to work with. We want to define initial player sprites. We're gonna, since we know we're gonna want to change, we want to enable multiple characters down the road. So what we want to do is create variables for player 0 and player 1 sprite, and then we can write logic that says which sprite to display based on which character is selected. So initial player sprites. So P0 sprite equals drat, wrong button. Let's see. This is sprite number 001. But I think it can just be 1. P1 sprite is, let's just use this one for now since we're working with it. 7017. 17. Okay, we can always make this better down the road because we're probably going to need some, there'll be an initial character selection screen, which we haven't thought of yet. And then there'll be some logic like if, player 0 selects Goku, then give it this sprite number. If they select Frieza, then give it this sprite number. But we're not going to worry about that just yet. We'll kick that can down the road a little bit. Okay. Let me think. The part that concerns me is all this logic we had to do that doesn't let the players run into each other, because we have to, it's fine, but we have to kind of repeat our work, because we have to be able to say, if you have player 0 and player 1, if player 0 hits the button and they're facing a certain way and the other player's next to them, then start our punching routine, right? Oh, did I lose you, Dylan? Hello? Did I lose you? I think I might have lost you there.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think I lost you there, or you went on mute or something.
Sorry. I had accidentally muted myself. There's a little bit of a delay happening.
Even on the phone?
So. Yeah, it's like I can hear you talk, and then a couple of seconds later you start saying the same thing again. Like I'm hearing it twice.
Oh, is it because I'm in Discord?
I hear you talking twice the whole time.
Here, it might be because I'm in Discord. I just muted myself in Discord.
It's just coming from the phone.
Huh, weird.
I turned off all my other volume.
Weird.
Yeah. But it's enough I can hear. It's just, I have a little bit of a delay, so I'll probably, ask a question, and it'll probably be like 5 or 6 seconds before I hear it.
That's okay.
It seems
we'll just muddle our way through. All right. So game logic goes here. Let me think how we... Okay, so we... I have to remind myself what we did here. Update. Oh, that's okay. That's the update function. Move player 0. Update pixel coordinates. Move player 1. Timer countdown. Okay. I think This is going to be interesting. So, fight logic goes here. Again, this isn't a big experiment because I don't know exactly the most efficient way to do this. So thinking ahead, we're going to want different kinds of fights. If the player does this, then do this. If the player does this, then do that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
30 times a second.
Button, push. Punch. And really, they should punch even if the character's not in front of them. That should only do damage. Like the animation should still happen even if you're punching and the character's not there.
Mm-hmm.
But you only do damage if you hit them. They have to be right in front of you and not blocking.
Okay, well let's just dive in, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, if I'm kind of just thinking through what to do here.
Take your time. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be slow going. Like everything, it's slow going when you first start, and then once you get the hang of it, yeah, we'll be off to the races.
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking for button presses, right? So I need to pull up my button grid so I know which buttons I'm talking about here. Okay, here's our button controls here on this cheat sheet.
Nice. So 4.
You want it to be the left-hand button for punching?
Yeah.
It's interesting because I might have guessed the other one because because if well maybe no, I don't know. You think the left-hand button for punching?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, and then that X, the 5 will be Kai Blast.
Okay, yeah, perfect then. So button 4. So if button 4 for player 0 and here we go, and a bunch of other things.
Maybe play.
Well, here's the thing, because we want there to be we want the player to punch whether or not, no matter where the other character is, right? So I think we need to do 2 things. We need to punch.
Yeah, maybe like an if then if that button's pushed, then do the punch mechanic. Can you do an if then and, or it has to be?
I think what we need to do, so basically if the button presses, we do 2 things. We change the sprite, and then in the then part, if the button is pressed, then we change the sprite, and then we have a conditional inside that if the player is in the right spot and facing the right direction and whatever, then update the decrease the health of the player or whatever you want to do.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's just do if the button is pressed, then I have to remember my structure of an if-then statement here.
Yeah.
Forget if you need the word do. Then no, I guess not. Okay. Okay. So if player 0 presses the button number 4,
then player 0's sprite, I don't know how to write it exactly.
Well, yeah, because it's trickier having to alternate between the 2 sprites, because then we need to trigger this sprite rotation function, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you want it to be punching as long as you're holding down the button?
It should just rotate through the pictures like once every time you press the button.